Caesar's Legion in Fallout New Vegas is one of the most complex factions in the series that has raised deep philosophical conversations about its nature for years. The Legion is often critiqued for its use of slavery, which is a valid concern. However, most of the criticism raised against the Legion comes from a place of ignorance, whereby those critiquing the Legion do so with emotion.
Which is just a fancy way to say they are fascist, misogynistic Roman cosplayers in football pads that crucify and enslave their neighbors because...
Rather than taking a look at the facts and making judgment. The majority of people critiquing the Legion are woefully ignorant on just how complex the Legion's philosophy is, and fail to look beyond what is presented to us in the game. After all, Joshua Sawyer, one of the developers of Fallout New Vegas, said that if they had more time, the team at Obsidian would have implemented a lot more Legion content.
How much more complete would the game have been with one more year of dev time? A lot? Because we had 18 months of dev time. Something specific you would have liked to squeeze in but couldn't because of time restraints. More testing. Legion path stuff.
We would have been given a look into the standard of living for civilians within Legion-controlled territory in Arizona. The territory most NPCs reference as being extremely safe, stable, and secure under Legion governance.
No, sir. I'm an independent trader from Arizona. Not at all. They're my best customers. As long as you don't try to sell them chems or alcohol, they treat you fair. Hell, I don't even need to travel with guards most of the time in Legion territory. All the bandits are dead or run off.
One primary concern some have with the Legion is that it will fall apart after the death of Caesar. Another is that the Legion relies on war, and that a society that relies on war cannot last. Both of these premises are baseless, given the fact that the Legion does not and will not fall apart after the death of Caesar, and the Legion does not rely on war. The Legion has a chain of command in place in the event that Caesar either suddenly dies, or when he eventually dies of old age. Legate Lanius becomes the next Caesar, followed by Vulpes Inculta, followed by the Praetorian Guard Lucius. That is a command structure of 4 men that have the ability to be installed as leader when the time comes, or when the need arises. Additionally, the Legion is stable. Nipton, Nelson, Cottonwood Cove, and Camp Searchlight are evidence of this, whereby the Legion either controls or eliminates a specific piece of territory west of the Colorado. Therefore, the claim that Caesar's Legion is doomed to fail, which is an ignorant statement to make, is false. Secondly, the idea that the Legion relies on war to survive is also false. Even Ulysses, in his last message at the end of the Lonesome Road DLC, makes this claim as well.
Long ago, I crossed the Colorado, the first among the Legion to see Hoover Dam in all its glory, an old world wall, yet bridging 2 sides. And beyond it, a symbol of a 2-headed bear, an idea great enough to challenge Caesar himself. Might kill him taking it, whether he won or lost. The bull needs to fight, needs the challenge. Without it, it falters, dies in the dust.
This claim, taken altogether, is inherently false. Caesar already addresses this concern in-game when the courier asks Caesar, "What's so dialectic about you and the NCR?" To which Caesar informs us that,
"No, I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity." How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis, which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable. But the resolution of the conflict yields something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas. The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic: extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well, from a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator.
Caesar himself recognizes that any society cannot sustain itself on war alone. He forthrightly says that after the Battle of Hoover Dam and Vegas itself is conquered, along with the NCR, the Legion will transform itself, implementing the best elements of both the Legion and the NCR into a society modeled on ancient Rome, carrying both common elements and ideas. The Legion army itself will transform into a standing military that protects its citizens like they do in Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, and the wasteland will see a revival in ancient Roman culture, along with an increase in the standard of living, considering that the majority of raiders inhabiting the Mojave, like the Fiends, will be exterminated by Caesar's legion, and the roads will be safe to travel. The baseless claims that the Legion is doomed to fail, or that it will fall apart for the reasons discussed, are now debunked. The NCR stands for greed, corruption, and other self-serving attitudes. The Legion, however, holds higher principles in reverence. Therefore, Caesar's Legion is indeed the objectively moral option for the Mojave.